hungry, and you say, well, okay, typically I eat breakfast between 8:30 and 9, 12 and 12:30, and 5:30 and 6. You know, but then someone puts a steak in front of your face at 8 o'clock, and you haven't eaten for 5 days. Are you going to say, now what you could have got me, you know, between 5 and 5:30, because I'm going to destroy that steak? No, you're going to destroy it, you know, because when you're hungry, you know, you're searching for food until you satiate that hunger. So what I mean by that is, see, people say, like, when you start getting in the job club, and then Mr. Vaughn and Ms. Lewis, they're going to ask you all, well, show me your job activity. Well, yeah, I mean, I went out on Tuesday, and, you know, I passed out a couple applications, and, you know, but yeah, my baby got sick, and this happened, and this, and it's all of these excuses, and it's like, okay, you're not really looking for a job, because if you were really looking for a job, every day you would be doing something that moves you closer to that ultimate goal of getting a job. You know, like I said, getting a job or looking for a job, it isn't just the filling out an application process. It's every step that goes into it. Your mind has to be attuned to it. I guarantee your mind is a magnet. So anything that you desire that greatly, that you put that much of yourself into, that you're willing to be rejected for, you will obtain it. I am a firm believer that anyone in this class can not only get a job, but can ultimately get the job that they want. The question is are you willing to hear enough rejection? Right? That's another thing about a salesperson. A lot of times people think that being a good salesperson is, oh, okay, who's got the best, you know, material, the best sales material. You know, you come in with the little flashy PowerPoint presentation, and you got the clean suit on, and, you know, you're doing all this excellent selling, but if you can't close a sale, you make no bread. If you don't know how to pull it, you can have the most inarticulate, stuttering, you know, sloppy salesperson. But when it comes time to close the sale, if they know how to look that person clean in their eye and put that pen down and say what needs to be said and close that deal, they will get the sale. Whereas that other person is sitting over there with all the, you know, giving you all of the, you know, the demonstrations and doing everything. When it comes time to close, if all of a sudden he's kind of fidgeting and he's afraid to be rejected, he won't close that deal. So it's not always about, you know, who has the most experience, who dresses the best, you know, who's the most attractive. These may be tools that can be used to close the deal, but your most successful people are your most successful failures. Make no mistake about it. If you interview for a sales position, you want to know the real thing they want to know, you tell them about all this stuff. You can be all articulate. They're going to ask you a question. Yeah, what was your call volume like? Oh, well, you know, I used to make about 15, 20 calls a day. Oh, okay. Because they're looking for somebody that was making 150 to 200. They were looking for someone that was just pounding the phones. Because they know it's a numbers game. They know no matter how articulate you are, the ratios are the same. For every 10 people that I speak to, maybe 2 to 3 of them will give me some time and attention. And if I'm lucky, I can maybe close one of them. Right? Those ratios exist whether you're talking to 5 people, 50 people, or 500 people. The only difference, just like sales, is you're going to make a lot more money if you talk to 500 people. But see, a lot of people never get past 50 because the first time they start hearing no, they take and they internalize that rejection, and you all think that that means they rejected me. Oh, it was my background that stopped me from getting here. Oh, the economy is too tough. They start looking for all these excuses as to why they can't go out there and try someone else, right? The analogy I always use is, you all ever notice how, and forgive this, you all, don't take offense, you know. Actually, no one should take offense, but you ever notice how the ugly guy always gets the finest woman? Y'all ever notice that? The ugly guy always be the one with all the women. Y'all ever notice that? Am I the only one that noticed that? Y'all be like, huh? You didn't get with her. Y'all want that? You know how he got well, it wasn't the money. It's because he tried. It's because he went into the club and he realized, okay, I know I ain't really that much to look at. But I got a wonderful personality, and it's 50 people in here, and I'm willing to be rejected by every last one of them. So he gonna walk out with 5 numbers. And each one of them 5 numbers, he gonna work on them, and he gonna show that personality. And what he didn't realize about the 5 that he was talking to was they probably didn't get approached. Because that pretty boy sitting over there in the corner, he was too cute to go and talk to somebody. He was too cute. He wanted somebody to approach him. And it wasn't even really that he wanted somebody to approach him. He's so accustomed to having things handed to him that actually he's afraid of rejection. So he's sitting in the back, and little do you all know, and that's why the cute guy ends up being with the girl that nobody really wanted, because she was the one that said, I want him. And she went after him. And so it made him feel desired. She wasn't afraid of rejection. And that's why you see that the most, like, there's no question as to why Soulja Boy still has the all-time top-selling ringtone.
I don't know why.
Exactly. Me neither. I don't either. You know, but the reason I don't hate on him or anyone that makes money in that game is because they understand that the most aggressive, that the most assertive are always the one that ultimately get the prize. You know, you got a lot of street talent. You know, basketball street talent that will never make it to the NBA. They can cross people, they can do all kind of crazy stuff and yoke all day long, but they have absolutely no discipline.
Right.
You try to put them into a team and can't nobody tell them nothing. They aren't willing to work. Hard work and perseverance will always triumph natural skill and ability. Even Michael Jordan, as awesome as he wasn't awesome because he was just athletically gifted, because he was taking 500 free throws a night. You know what I'm saying? So if you got a little bit of talent in something, you have to be willing to get out there. You have to be, just like he was, willing to get denied to your high school basketball team. He got rejected. Now imagine if he had let that rejection in high school and say, man, you won't forget this basketball. I don't even want to mess with it. He wouldn't be considered the best basketball player of all time. Donald Trump has lost his billions of dollars several times, and he's still considered one of the most powerful businessmen in America. You know, that's why it's called an art of interviewing. It is no secret golden grail that anyone in here does not have access to. The question is, can you set in your mind that this is what I want, and I'm going to keep trying until I get it? Delay does not mean denial. And just because the door gets shut doesn't mean that a window won't open. But the question is will I allow that to defeat me, or will I continue to push on? So all of these skills is just to get you sharp enough so that when that opportunity comes, you can increase the potential or the probability of you sinking that. But if it doesn't, then you don't walk out and feel defeated. You walk out and you tell yourself, you know what? Valuable experience. Because you can learn something from every failure. I guarantee you can, because I've had enough.